It smells it. How did you get me back up here?
Dude, don't care. You learned that.
Oh non, mais... Non, 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 non. Non, je t'en prie, fais pas ça. Non, non. Oh, quel fils de... Oh, mais je vais te tuer, ce fils de...
And say things that might somebody does something that for example, I say, oh, I work with them. I talk about art, all this sort of thing, blah, blah, blah. And when I
Подружка твоя.
Yeah, what you doing? Huh? What you doing? Who you? Bitch! Who the fuck?
Papa. So have him grin.
Grin.
Okay, I'm gonna step up and you can let him go. Okay, good.
I saw your file. You have a history of being short with people, and you hired Glenn, your buddy, to replace you.
Не поняла, ты что здесь делаешь? Не, ну зачем?
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh shit! What are you doing in there? What are you doing? Excuse me. Excuse me. Betty, what are you doing?
It was interesting.
He's like, and this is my. Oh, look at his friend is joining. Roll down the window.
Dear my beloved audiences, today I want to tell you a story which is called Shadow on Ice. In the snowy wilderness of northern British Columbia, where the pine trees stand like ancient guardians and the silence of winter stretches for miles, there lived a black Labrador named Shadow. He belonged to a young woman named Ellie, a wildlife researcher who had moved to a remote cabin to study wolf populations. Her only constant companion through the biting winters and long, lonely nights was Shadow, a dog with a keen nose, an even keener sense of danger, and a heart full of unshakable loyalty. Ellie had rescued Shadow as a puppy, half frozen, abandoned near a gas station outside of Prince George. He had been nothing but bones and fear, but he had grown strong in the wild. He ran beside Ellie's snowmobile on research trips, carried small packs, and guarded their camp at night. Shadow had saved her once already, from a startled bear in early spring. But no one in the world knew just how far he would go for her. It was mid-January when the storm came, fast, brutal, and blinding. Ellie had set out on her snowmobile to check a trail camera by the edge of Frozen Lake, a place known for thin ice and wandering wolves. Shadow ran beside her, as always. But halfway across the lake, the snowmobile's engine choked and died. Ellie cursed under her breath and climbed off to inspect it. The temperature had dropped to minus 30 degrees Celsius. The wind howled like ghosts between the trees. She was miles from the cabin, and the trail markers were already being swallowed by snow. Then came the crack. The ice beneath her boots gave way without warning. Ellie plunged waist-deep into the freezing water, scrambling desperately as the current beneath the surface tried to drag her under. she gasped, choking on cold air, trying to get a grip on the slick, breaking edges of the hole. Shadow barked wildly, circling, panic in his eyes. Then, without hesitation, he lunged forward. His paws skidded across the ice as he grabbed Ellie's coat with his teeth, pulling, growling, refusing to let go. She couldn't feel her hands. Her strength was fading fast. "Shadow," she gasped. "Help me, please." With one final pull, Shadow managed to drag her chest up on his solid ice. Using all the force in his body, he nudged, pushed, and yanked until she rolled clear of the hole. Ellie lay there shivering, blue-lipped and barely conscious. But Shadow didn't stop. He barked at her, nuzzled her face, and then, like he understood exactly what had to be done, he took off into the woods, leaving her behind. Shadow ran. Through knee-deep snowdrifts and biting wind, he ran back the trail they had come. He followed the scent, even as it was being buried under snow. For over an hour he sprinted toward the cabin, his pads bleeding, breath rasping in the cold air. Finally, Shadow burst through the clearing, barking madly. Inside the cabin, Ellie's radio crackled with life. 2 local rangers, who had planned to check in with Ellie that evening, were just arriving by snowmobile when they heard the noise. They found Shadow clawing at the cabin door, half frozen and limping. They knew something was wrong. Guided by Shadow, the rangers followed the trail back across the lake. They found Ellie unconscious, curled against a tree just off the edge, barely alive but still breathing. Shadow lay beside her, growling weakly as if to say, "Don't you dare touch her unless you mean to help." They got her back to the cabin. It took hours to warm her. She had severe hypothermia, but she survived. Doctors later said if it had been even 15 minutes later, she would have died. Shadow was treated for frostbite on his paws and tail. For days, he barely moved, resting by Ellie's side on the cabin floor. She cried the first time he lifted his head to look at her, eyes still full of that quiet strength. News of Shadow's rescue spread quickly. A local journalist picked up the story. Soon, Canadians across the country were talking about the dog who ran through a blizzard to save his human. The town of Smithers awarded him an honorary medal from the fire department. Children sent letters and drawings. One wrote, "Shadow, you are Canada's bravest dog." But Shadow didn't care for medals or headlines. All he wanted was to curl up beside Ellie again, warm and safe. They stayed in the cabin for one more winter, and then moved south where winters were gentler. Shadow never liked storms after that, always barking nervously when the wind began to rise. But no matter how old he got, Ellie would always reach down, scratch behind his ears, and whisper, "You're my hero, Shadow. You always will be." If you like this video, please leave a like and a subscribe. It will really help our channel grow. But if you don't like it, then just skip it, and don't forget to check out our other videos. Thank you very much and goodbye.